intentionally neglected their responsibility to represent Teresa Lucius in allowing that harassment to go off. I, Robert C. Dupree, worked for General Mills for over 20 plus years. The company intentionally lied, alleging that my employment was terminated December the 27th, 1999 for poor job performance and negligence after working for the company over 20 plus years. The ugly truth is my termination was a result of racial discrimination and wrongful retaliation for speaking out against being discriminated. The case was settled out of court only to find out after all was finalized the settlement agreement was a product of fraud and deceit, meaning General Mills persuaded my attorney to intentionally avoid talking to all of my witnesses, which was many, who was at the time more than willing to talk and give their own experience. That's where I come in there here. Right. Been racially discriminated against and testify on my behalf. The attorney only talked to two witnesses, intentionally withheld very important information that was strongly against General Mills, which supported my claim. This is what you were saying. Right. I filed legal malpractice suit against my attorney. The original judge assigned to my case after reviewing the evidence ordered this case for trial January the 3rd, 2005. However, after General Mills found out that judge was removed and replaced with another judge that intentionally ruled against me. I am currently fighting against General Mills, seeking legal action to inform the public and the media of the racial discrimination that is still going on in 2009, the settlement, fraud, deceit, and in my cause of action, which is a battle that's been going on for years because my civil and constitutional rights were violated. And then it's got in bold writing here, why buy and support companies that discriminate against minorities and blacks? For more information, please contact Robert C. Dupree. It's got your phone number and it's got your email address, yahoo.com. And it's got your assigned by you, submitted by Robert C. Dupree. That's how I was, okay, this girl that worked in the prosecutor's office, pulled it up some kind of way, and she was telling Barbara, she said, did your mother work at General Mills? And that was my oldest daughter. She drives the Metro. Right. And she said, yeah. She said, girl, she said, I pulled an article up and ran a copy of it. She said, about a man, Robert C. Dupree, she said, and they still discriminating down there. So anyway, make a long story short, my daughter told her, well, give it to me so I can give it to my mom and see what she says, you know. So that's how I came about getting this and calling you. And anybody that wants to contact me concerning this, I'm more than willing to talk to them and let them know what I went through and what I witnessed from other blacks going through. And I know I fought a hard fight battle. And when I decided, I said, okay, I'm going to have to end up taking an early retirement out of here. But I didn't say nothing to nobody. You retired? You didn't have, oh yes, I had problems. And you know what? I retired out of, I had to actually
heard one of the former employees of General Mills who had testified and gave her own testimony about how she had to take an early retirement because of the racial prejudice that she was undergoing, and also witness of others. And like I said, the young lady, she gave permission that she stated that I can take and give this information concerning her if anyone wants to contact this young lady. Her name is Rose McKenton, and her phone number is area code 816-474-7547. And again, her name is Rose McKenton, and her phone number is area code 816-474-7547. And she had given me permission that if anyone wanted to contact her concerning the experience that she had and about the early retirement, that she had to actually whittle and sneak her way out by trying to keep herself from being terminated because of the racial prejudice that she underwent, and she retired back in 1994. And like I said, for any further information that you want to get on that subject of hers and her own personal experience with the racism involving General Mills down here in the North Bottom, when she used to work and be employed there, you can call that number. And so again, I, Robert C. Dupree, want to continue to bring forth more evidence and things concerning what I and my allegation about General Mills and the settlement, fraud, and deceit that they are alleging that I have voluntarily accepted with the full knowledge of, which is not true. They allege and set things and stage things, and still, General Mills need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable, and also what is still going on. I still can't put enough emphasis on the Joseph B. Brown case about the hang noose thing. This racist employee, he was employed down there for over 20 years, plus I was employed down there for over 20 years plus, but the company alleged because I was standing up for my rights, Robert C. Dupree was standing up for my rights against being discriminated and harassed, well then they alleged that my employment was terminated because of poor job performance. After being there for over 20 years, after working for 20 plus years, General Mills alleged that they fired me because of poor job performance. But then on the same hand, this racist employee who literally took a rope, literally put a noose in it, literally threw it over a steel beam, literally called a black employee to it, told him to look up at it and laugh at him, which is a hate crime act, totally against General Mills' zero tolerance policy, which General Mills refused to uphold, and it made local news 5, and you all seen it. If you have, you can go to part 4 and 5. You can hear the young man himself who was discriminated against and what he had to say in his testimony. But General Mills only called it an isolated incident and only gave that racist employee a 3-day suspension and a pep talk about diversity. And this same employee had already other issues in his file record prior to the hang noose incident about racial prejudice or behavior and conduct that employees had stated earlier to the company about, which the company alleged, that was only in his file pertaining to a 1 day that he had missed or some sort of that nature. But nevertheless, I, Robert C. Dupree, still want to bring the truth out behind the scene that General Mills do not want the media or the public to know.